Demonstration of the BEinGRID SLA architecture for Globus Toolkit. This demonstration will show the overall functionality of the SLA lifecycle. The different steps which will be shown will be negotiation, optimization, monitoring and evaluation, and accounting, as shown in the blue boxes. One can consider the example use case of the HPC scenario where a user requires remote resources, for example on computers, to execute his jobs. The provider needs to control these resources and does so by providing SLAs, which describes exactly what is being offered. In the demonstration we'll see the use of the negotiation, evaluation, accounting and optimizer components. They're in green in this diagram. So the user, the first thing, will connect to the negotiation component. This component will contact the optimizer, decide which resources to use, and then the negotiation component will produce the evaluation and accounting instances needed by the user and will also provide the resources to the user. The users then can contact these different objects. There are two windows for this demonstration: the GUI for the end user or client, and the provider logs, which show the provider activity. Let's make sure the provider is started. We can see the BEinGRID services. They are SLA negotiation, SLA evaluation, and SLA accounting. The user wants to sign an SLA. The first step is to fetch the SLA templates. The templates are offered through the negotiation component of BEinGRID. Back on the client side, the XML template can be viewed in its original XML format. The template is used to describe the service and the associated quality of service. The provider is asked to execute the program touch during 60 seconds. Pay for this service €10, and every violation will be compensated by a 30-cent penalty. The service execution is defined as correct, while the load 1, that is the CPU usage, is below 20%. This QoS is evaluated every 5 seconds. Once the user has drafted the SLA, it's time to send it back to the provider for signature. The provider receives the SLA offer of the user and decides whether or not to accept it, based on resource availability and business value. The SLA is returned back to the user. Seeing the negotiation process, the user proposed an SLA offer, the SLA negotiator contacted the optimizer, which selected the resources. SLA evaluation and SLA accounting service instances, as well as the resource, are now available to the user. The user can view the XML document which references the evaluator and accounting services. Let's see what the evaluation service does. The GUI automatically subscribes to the notifications. In our case, the service execution produces violations due to CPU usage, so the notifications are sent to the user. The user receives the message that the load 1 metric expected to be lower than 20% was at 102%. More violations are received until the SLA ends. When the SLA ends, so does the SLA evaluator service. The SLA accounting service, which was available since the SLA signature, is used to work out how much the use of the provider's service cost. In this case, €6.40 due to the violations witnessed.